Hi, I'm Fuzzy Logic and welcome back to my survival series. This is episode number 19. Well, here I am on top of my brand new harbourside crane. I had a look at a few medieval crane designs and yeah, I came up with this one. Oh, if you want to see a time lapse of the harbour crane being built, go and check out my Instagram. I'm really happy with how it looks. The harbour, as you saw last week, or Blackrock Bay, as it's now known, yeah, it's come together quite nicely and I've added some extra features. We do have another visitor. Hello. I don't know if he'll blow up in the middle of the night. We'll see how it goes. I've been adding a little few features into the harbourside area. A little storage building over here, a little extra mini tower on the front edge of this harbour wall here. And I really like the way it's coming together. I've taken out a couple of the lamps, and I think it works a little bit better. I've also started to lay out some little plans for future buildings in the back there as well. I'm not going to work on those today though. I'll probably end up doing some of that in live stream. No, what I'm going to do today is something else. It's a little bit of redstone that has been bugging me for a while, and I need to fly into the base to explain what the problem is. Now, I'm very happy with my storage system. The bulk storage system's working really well. I've started to get some good materials in there. We've got an extra storage silo over on the side here. That's a bone meal silo. Part of the cactus farm feeds into it, and also the poppies from the iron farm also feed into it as well. The multi-item storage system, absolutely love it. It's brilliant. It works really, really well. However, it is starting to get quite full, but that's a problem for another day. No, the problem I really have is the way in which I put items into the system. At the moment, I use this double chest over here, and it works reasonably well. And behind the wall over here, there's just a dispenser system. It fires items up into this bubble elevator, and then they run along the back across all of the storage filters, and then finally into the multi-item storage at the other end. There is a slight problem with it though, and it's a problem I've had with every single storage item I've ever built. And I never really figured out what the problem was. This chest here is the overflow chest. In theory, what should happen is items go in the chest at the far end, all the items flow across, all the bulk item gets filtered out, and then all of the individual items get sorted, and then anything I don't have a space for should end up in here. But the problem is, yeah, I'm ending up with stuff that I've got spaces for. I mean, this andesite, I think I've just filled a double chest full in the storage system. I think this is full. Yeah. So ignoring the andesite, I do have bulk item storage for cobbled deep slate, gravel, stone, and netherrack, and sand and dirt. So what's going on? Why are so many items ending up over here? Well, I've been doing a little bit of research, and it turns out that the problem is from the humble hopper. So if I have two hoppers, or if I have a hopper, and I have a stack of items, let's say I've got a stack of observers, okay? If I take a single observer and just chuck it on top of the hopper, it disappears and ends up in the hopper, no problem at all. But if I try and chuck a whole load of items very quickly onto the top, see that some of them actually don't make it into the hopper. They sort of sit on the top for a minute or so for a second, and some of them even skip over the top before they get picked up. However, if I try and chuck a whole stack, they disappear in one go. And that's because hoppers get locked. This is not something I knew until recently. So if I take several stacks of netherrack and put it all in here, it gets fired out pretty efficiently. It makes its way along the sorting system. You can see the filter is picking up most of the items. But over here, if you notice closely, every now and again, an item skips over the hopper and it makes its way into the second system. There you go. There's one going flying by. Now, that's fine if you've only got a stack of items or so. Maybe you get one or two building up in this corner chest over here. If I want to put a whole double chest worth of items in, like I've been out on a mining mission, you could end up with quite a number of items stuck over in this little section. So, what to do about it? Well, I've been messing about with an idea, and this structuring has been in here for a long while, and I haven't said anything about it at all, but these two chests are going to be the secret to hopefully a system that works. And underneath, I've dug a really big hole. This is for a redstone contraption that will take items, put them into the system super fast. Also, but hopefully allow them to group up so that the hoppers can grab hold of them. Fingers crossed, shouldn't have any, well, maybe a few items worked their way through. 9 items came through from those, just those 3 stacks alone. So the plan is to build a system that can take any items, be it shulkers or just stacks of items, and if they're shulkers, empty the shulkers out and put all of the items into a water stream in such a way that they won't skip over the hoppers, hopefully. It seems to work in my redstone testing world, but single player survival is sometimes a little bit different. So we're going to see how it goes. So as you can see, I've cleared out a nice little space here for all the redstone and a little path that runs up through here and connects into the water stream that I've already connected up to my slime farm. So every now and again, slime ball goes traveling up, and what I want to do is I want to connect this with that. I think I'll do the rest of this in a time lapse, so we'll see how it goes. Enjoy. Shorter time lapse than usual, but yeah, happy with this nice little build. It looks far more complicated than it actually is. Bottom section here is just the section to put the items into the water stream, and there's a clock at the bottom here which then triggers a little trapdoor, groups all the items together. Green section above it. This green section is a shulker box unloader, and it pops the shulker box into there, and the items all get drained out really super fast, and then it pops the empty shulker box off, and that gets lifted back up by the drop operator. That goes across to this, which is a silent item elevator. Takes the items all the way back up to the top. On this side, just above that, we have a shulker box filter. This makes sure you only the shulker boxes go in the shulker box section, and the items that aren't shulker boxes end up going straight down and bypassing it straight into the unloader at the bottom. And all of that is capped off at the top here by these 2 chests. This is the output chest, and this is the input chest. I use a trap chest on this one so that if in case I put an item in that I don't want it to go, it won't go anywhere until I close the chest, so I can take it back out again. I think it's a really nice feature. So the only thing left to do now is really give it a test. And as with all projects, you end up with random boxes full of junk. 2 good shulker boxes still to try it with, and I might as well grab all the junk from in this chest. Cool. Nice random assortment of things to test the system out with. Fingers crossed. So 2 shulker boxes in, and a load of random stuff I've left over from the build. And as soon as I close this chest, they should all start to disappear. So let's go. There you go, the shulker box is being unloaded. All the items streaming out. There goes the shulker box. You can hear the trapdoor working. Just about make it out if I stand here. The items getting clumped together. Heading off. So the good news is it's very quick. Bad news is that it's a bit too quick for this system over here, I realised. I need to do something with the input on this side. But All the items are gone. Shulker boxes have been returned, which is great. And then, unfortunately, all of these items here, they were all stacked up in the input system, or the input section of the multi-item sorter. Now, multi-item sorter does only work with one item at a time. And with massive load of... What are you doing up there? Yeah, I'll deal with you in a minute. With all the massive multi-item... He's thrown me off. Hang on a second. Now, as I was saying, when you get a whole stack of items falling into this poor little hopper here just cannot cope. It's only got 5 item slots, and then it has to feed those items in to the system one at a time. So I think I need to put a buffer of some description in here, which might mean a little bit of reorganizing of the water streams around here, but that's okay. That's not a problem. I don't mind if this item runs slowly. It's just a case of whether or not the items actually skip past these filters. And looking at it, none of the items in my inventory are items that are in the bulk storage. So it looks like it's been a big success. I suppose I could do a little test. Let me just get rid of these. The test number 2 is slightly different. I'm going to try it slightly differently. I've got a shulker box here with about 9 stacks of stone in, as you can see. And I want to see if any of them make it into the multi-item sorter. They should all end up in here. Fingers crossed. Okay. Off it goes. Okay. Just see the items whizzing by. Super speed. That looks like the shulker box has just been emptied. That was really quick. Yep, and there we go. There's the shulker. Yes, I didn't quite go to plan. These are all the stone blocks that came through. So what's that? Only about 3 and a bit stacks went into the system. Yeah, it's not good numbers. Yeah, I think the problem is that I've built it too damn fast. So despite this being a roaring success and depositing items at super fast speed, it's a really good unloading system. The problem is the filters. These basic filters that I put in a while back now just can't handle it. So I have to come up with something better. So I'm up here on top of the water stream, and I think I've got a plan. I think I've got a better idea for how to speed up these filters, the item filters, using hopper minecarts. But the only problem is it needs a lot more space. So I'm going to have to carve out a bit more space above it. And that's what I'm going to be doing. Hopefully, that'll solve my problem. Let's see. Well, sometimes you start a project and it just gets out of hand. Yeah, at the start of this video I said I've got a small redstone project. And before I know it, I'm tearing out all of my system and replacing it with something that looks a little bit crazy. But I do think it's going to be worth it. This is a great design. It uses hoppers, or hopper minecarts, to pull items out super fast. In fact, if I show you, well, I'll chuck as many items as I can in here and watch how quickly they get pulled out. Look at that. That's amazing. And all of those get drained out super fast. The water streams are in above. Hopefully everything should work fine. Down here it looks pretty mad. Over here I've just tweaked the input system, added some extra hoppers. They feed into the double chest, so that shouldn't get clogged up either. So time for a test, I think. Fingers crossed. I've got a box over here. Perfect selection of things. quite a few items that are in the bulk item storage, and then a few leftover items that need to go in here. Let's grab this box and chuck it in the system. Keep my fingers crossed that everything works okay. Test number 3, I suppose. Let's go. All the items are certainly firing out. See some of the items skipping over the top. Hopefully those are the right ones. Here comes the shulker box. There's our shulker box. Good. Loads of items shooting out. You can see them firing across the top there. I just hope it's working. Well, let's have a look. Okay, there's not a massive bundle of items stuck in the back here. That's looking good. Well, so far so good. I think the system's working really well. Got the shulker box back. I actually found some extra hopper minecarts lurking somewhere in one of the storage bays. I think it probably from when I was making it, but I think it's okay. There doesn't seem to be any blocks in any of these chests. I'll know once the light goes on that everything's gone through. But I think I can call this a success, which I'm really happy about, which is amazing. It took a lot of work. It was a lot longer than I was expecting. Celebratory golden carrots. But yeah, I think it works. Now, there's just a couple of things I need to do. I need to tear out this little system over here, and I think I'll do that while I'm waiting for this system to finish, which I think is now redundant. That shouldn't take very long. No, the light hasn't quite come on yet. But there are a few dirt blocks coming through, so I wonder what's the matter with that. Everything else seems to be fine. Hang on. Well, there's a torch missing for start. Oh, yeah. I remember. What happened while I was putting in the water stream, a creeper snuck up and blew this one up. I thought I built it all back, but I clearly forgotten to do something. So I'm going to have to fix that one, and then we'll see if that solves the problem. Never ends, but everything else seems to be working all right, so it shouldn't take long. That looks now to all be fixed. I think it's working fine. So actually, let's grab a few stacks. I've got 2 stacks of 33 there. Let's go and dump them in. See if it can handle them. Was it test number 4 now? Anyway, let's go. They come out so fast. I love it. Moment of truth. They are disappearing. They are disappearing into that first hopper. I haven't seen a single one skip past. I think that's all good. Once the lights go off, that should be pretty much done. Everything's gone. Everything's gone. The light system doesn't work quite the same anymore. I might shuffle it around a bit. That light should turn off any minute. Look at that. Right on cue. So, 2 stacks of 33, we said. 2 stacks of 32. Could be that there's one left in the hopper at the top. I know there were 8 up there when I left. Is it just holding one up here? Yeah, there we go. There's the extra one. The system works. Yes. Time for a celebratory carrot, I think. What a great upgrade to my system. Really happy with that. Lovely. Well, the last thing that I need to do, obviously just tidy all this away, really. But that's definitely a job for another episode. Yep, I think this one's gone on long enough. Thanks very much for watching. Hope you enjoyed the episode. If you did, leave a like. And if you're new here, consider subscribing so you can come back when I next post another video. Also, feel free to come check me out on Twitch. Take care of yourselves. See you later. Bye.